if you have the chance, I mean, if you were to go, if Malaysia were to go into satellite, satellite industry, I mean aerospace industry, but niche towards satellites because we have done it before. What kind of service or how do we monetize from these satellites? What do you think Malaysian government is gonna do with these satellites? If we were to go for satellite, because we built one before, so we have the expertise. Maybe not so much on the experience, but we do have the expertise. Yeah. So that's the easiest, shortest path for us to ride the roller coaster with Elon Musk. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, if you
But
ask
what do
me
you
in
think?
terms of what kind of a satellite that we can, I mean, if you ask me personally, I'm not sure what kind of, if I've given opportunity to craft my own satellite, that's interesting. What kind of satellite I would love to have? I don't know, because mainly satellite, like you say, is mainly for communication
Yeah.
and data capturing, right? Just relaying information throughout the globe. Especially, you can imagine it's like a network of communication that connecting to each other. But I think one of the niche that probably we can also look into, rather than building a satellite, what I'm looking is like building a satellite that actually catching the debris, the space debris. That I believe is right now, as we getting more and
Yeah,
more
yeah, yeah,
satellite into the
yeah.
space, we need to really get started to clean up the debris. And for those who are not familiar, what I mean by space debris is basically all the old satellite that no longer functioning, and all the debris
Parts
of
and
the
stuff.
space rocket and everything that being left out in our orbit, that being, but I believe there is a website that you can look into, that you can see what the debris in the space around our orbit, in our space, and there's a lot. It's like we are dumping a lot of things on our space actually. So I think as we want to progress into the space, probably this one of thing that we can look into more, like probably a robot satellite that capture debris and then dispose it somewhere. I don't
Mm.
know, maybe you can. I'm not sure whether ISS gonna still operational. If I'm not mistaken, ISS gonna be decommissioned soon. I'm not really sure. If I'm not mistaken, I read
Serious?
somewhere. I'm not sure. If I'm not wrong, it's somewhere around 25, something like that. 2025, something like that. It will be decommissioned, and so
Maybe
far there's
part of
no
it.
like future plan for what gonna replace it. But if I'm not mistaken, it's gonna be
The
decommissioned soon. So,
decommissioned.
that's another opportunity that we can take, like how we can capitalize on that opportunity, because we're gonna have a gap when if true that IS gonna be decommissioned, they're gonna be a gap on how what the space center gonna look at, and one
Oh,
more potential candidate is China, or even Israel, India could even
yeah.
try to fill in the gap. But yeah, I mean, basically, it's not just SpaceX actually. There's a lot of country and company around the world actually getting into the market, and we are not talking just about biggest player like America or even Europe. We are talking about the rising Asia player like China and India as well, and Indonesia also try, like we discussed today, try to get the piece of the cake by using
Okay.
its advantage in the being in the equator line to position itself after in the forefront of this industry as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. True.
Yeah. How about you? How
So
about you?
those.
What kind
Yeah.
of satellite that you would love to have?
The kind of satellite I would love to have. Yep. I want to go for telecommunication or something.
Okay.
I mean, maybe not. Maybe something that goes along the line of internet. You know,
Mm, mm,
like be like what like to provide better internet service,
mm,
because like okay, let's yeah. So like the Wi-Fi that I have here right now,
mm,
sometimes at night is not that smooth.
mm,
Even though it's 1 gig per second, but that
mm,
like the price that we are paying is relatively a little bit more expensive
mm, mm,
compared
mm,
to European market,
mm,
compared. and I'm sure Americans,
Mm.
because back in Moscow, our Wi-Fi was already around almost 1 gig. Yeah, it was 500 Mbps to 1 gig per second.
Mm.
Back in 2014, back in 2013, and we were just paying like, it's not. I don't think it reached 50 ringgit a month.
How much ruble?
It's around 500 rubles.
100
So
rubles. In
500
today's
rubles.
money, it's like
Let me convert. 27 ringgit, bro.
what?
27 ringgit.
Oh,
Serious.
wow.
27 ringgit. And we split among our housemates. We have 5 guys living together.
Wow.
27 ringgit divided by 5.
That's like my mobile data, like I'm paying for my mobile data monthly, and holy, oh my.
And then it's unlimited lah. Yeah. So like, okay, back in 2014, I guess probably that time we baru habis, like we were
Mm,
just starting our foundation years,
mm,
just done with high school. How
mm.
much did you have to pay for your data back then?
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Let's retry. I think it's around like 50 ringgit per 1 gig, something like that, or even
that's
less.
right.
Yeah.
That's right. And I'm paying 27.
Dang it.
Like the whole house is paying 27 ringgit every month.
Oh, it's like.
Yeah,
I mean, if you ask me, it's like 5 ringgit or 5 to 7 ringgit monthly if you guys split it out, right? So wow, that's
yeah,
that's
yeah.
that's freaking cheap.
It is. It is. So yeah, like, yeah, that is one. Internet is still a little bit fast. Fast pula, sorry. Internet here in Malaysia is still expensive. It's not very efficient yet.
Mm,
Like we always have, like in my place, I'm living
mm,
in a condo somewhere in KL, right,
mm,
13th floor. So I'm using Maxis. So I
mm,
don't have good Maxis coverage here,
mm,
like
mm, mm.
legit. From 4G goes back to 3G and 3G and 3G and stays 3G. There are times where I get GPRS, bro. When was the last time you saw GPRS on your phone?
Oh man, that was in
GPRS.
Nokia times.
Yeah, 3310. The cause of extinction of the dinosaurs. It's supposed to be GPRS is extinct. I
Mm,
still
mm, mm.
get. Yeah. I was like, what? Wow. KLMJ, bro. Jangan lalu menggamit jiwa. So yeah,
Okay.
so that's my goal. I really want to improve our internet connectivity. Uh, Along with this, of course, we're going to look into infrastructure. We're
Mm,
going to go and I imagine that we once the government sees
mm,
that this opportunity can employ a lot of people, like first, so can employ a lot of people, and then bringing in investors and expertise coming over to our country,
all right.
uh, improving our economy. I mean, the government's gonna love this. It's a huge project, right? And then improving our lifestyle, quality of our lifestyle, and then yeah, like really push to how do I say this? To bring connectivity to everyone in Malaysia. Like I'm from Sarawak, and we have a huge percentage of the population not 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 benefiting from whatever that we have over here in KL, over here in Selangor, in Penang, right? A good internet connectivity. Like now, because of COVID, we have stories in pedalaman, in kampong where the father or the parents or the orang-orang kampong came together, build a kemah, a simple kemah, put tables and chairs for the students to study. Because at that particular spot, dekat atas bukit, yang you kena climb and daki in the morning and have your parents to supervise you the whole day on the hill for you to study. So yeah, COVID is a
Yeah. I mean,
game
when
changer, I would say.
when we talk about the connectivity availability, right? It's really interesting
Mhm.
because if we can deliver internet by satellite, there's no need to run cable.
That's
And
right.
it's much more easier to scale compared to that. Because traditionally, how you expand internet infrastructure is by laying out the cable, right? Laying a cable on the seabed and or even under your road
Yeah.
and pavement. So if we are using satellite, that I believe SpaceX have this Starlink initiative, or I don't know what they
Yeah,
call it. It's
Starlink.
basically Starlink is basically is a uh, satellite internet,
So
right? Satellite internet, which
yeah.
is basically as long as you are in the uh, area where the satellite is covered, where its coverage is available, just put your, I don't know what it's called. Is what we call like the what you call
Uh,
the receiver is it?
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know what it is.
I think
Something just put it outside. There's no need to run cable or connect to any cable. Just put it outside and then plug the LAN cable into your computer, and you're gonna get your internet. No matter whether you are on top of the hill or you are in the middle of the city, is going to get the
yeah,
same coverage. And there's no cost for the uh, manufacturer to lay down
installation or
infrastructure. Correct. And even I believe this also bring the huge opportunity that uh, it's gonna democratize the connectivity. What I mean by democratize is that mean it's not now. I mean, because if you look now, internet provider is dependent on the ISP of internet service provider is dependent on the country you live in, right? Because they are the
yeah,
one that lay out the infrastructure. Now,
that's right.
SpaceX can just deploy the satellite and you can get your internet as long as you purchase their receiver. And now, you know,
Yeah,
now you doesn't have to being confined by the only the thing that available on your country. Now you can get
that's right.
something, the same thing of what for example people in Europe and US get, the pricing and even the quality of services. So it's really like democratize the
Yeah,
internet infrastructure, right? So this,
that's right.
I think this gonna bring a huge revolution as well.
You know, when I was back in Sarawak, right?
Mm,
The funny thing is, the place where I'm living is a rich people punya place lah. Okay,
mm,
so rich people punya place. We have dato
mm,
politician and
mm.
some maybe a friend of Tan
Ashri.
Sri. You know, all these politician guys, political guys. And then I have my high school there. Like our high school is called College Tun Dato Tuanku Haji Bujang. Sorry, I'm gonna introduce my school self. So yeah, it's a smart school. It's a sekolah premier. It's a sekolah cluster. We had programs with Intel, Microsoft directly, and then sekolah satu Malaysia. Sekolah asrama satu
Oh,
Malaysia.
no, I don't know.
Uh,
Boarding school.
so it's a half boarding school and half Harian school.
Ah.
Yeah, and then back in the when I was in Form 1, Form 2, Form 3, we were introduced to a lot of like doing presentations, doing webinars. So imagine that time was 2000 what? 2009, 2008, 9, 10. Yeah. So 2008, 9, 10, like we were already bringing laptop to schools and do presentation projects. And I remember we also were part of a program called British Council Connecting Classroom.
Mm.
So my class for 3 years, I was selected to be connected virtually with a specific particular class in high school in Chiang Mai and also in high school in UK. So like we have this one big theme for 1 month, I guess for 2 months. Like everyone do projects and then presented virtually. So we have like a video conference. So everyone presented. So people, kids from Chiang Mai, we were also presenting, and kids from UK were also presenting. So like, yeah. And my point here is we've been doing that in school. We have rich people around my house. But the funny thing is, my school until now and my house until now doesn't have Unify. You see, every single time I balik, I always go to the TM office asking bila nak pasang kabel dekat area saya, cik. Every year, dude. Every year I balik, I always ask that. Yeah, like why is it so hard? I don't know why lah, but like we have a lot of limitations with our current technology
All right.
connectivity. Yeah, we have a lot of that. So
Yeah, I mean, basically,
like
you are saying that satellite gonna solve this for you.
yes.
All right.
And yeah, maybe that's the one that I want to go for, but then dang it, Elon Musk already have it. Starlink, I totally forgot about Starlink, man.
If I'm
So
not
I guess
mistaken, is Starlink gonna come probably next year in English? I'm not sure whether is it how it's
serious,
gonna be rolled out. If I'm not mistaken, they're gonna to start. I think they already start receiving pre-order, but they say the availability only on 2022.
Oh my god.
So if you want,
Ooh.
actually you can sign me up actually. And yeah, just see. I probably I was just looking how because when you're talking about it, even in my hometown, my house still doesn't have Unified.
Yeah,
Don't
see?
ask why. I don't know why also as well. So that that would be a potential solution for me. I mean, throughout my high school, that I have to go through school or I have to go through what we call cyber cafe, right? Cyber cafe where we hang
Yeah.
out with friends to get internet connection and play games to actually get work done or even
That's right.
searching something in the internet, right? So we have to go to specific
Mm.
location instead of having it in our home. So yeah, I think if Elon Musk really pull this off and Starlink really become I mean, worldwide roll out, we don't have to worry about contacting Unify anymore. We just sign up and we get the
Bye.
price
Bye
as
bye,
same quality
Unify.
service, same price as the I mean those are in US or even in Europe. So that's what we really like bring home the point that satellite. I mean, what the space industry happen right now? Why a lot of people actually trying to capitalize on it. This one of the opportunity, right? There's a
Yeah.
inefficient in our infrastructure that satellite or space industry can solve. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I think we have been talking about space and SpaceX for a lot. I think we are missing
Yeah.
out Tesla here. What happened to Tesla, right? So
Yeah. I
maybe
don't know
let's
what
let let's
happened to
let's go back
Tesla,
and
you know?
talk about Tesla a little bit. Uh, yeah, I mean, if you ask me, I really like what Tesla are doing. Uh, First of all, they are pushing forward. They are the one the first to prove that electrical car have its place in the market, right? They start from
Agree.
luxury car and then go down to from model X to model X to model E, right? To model E where the starting point is I think 35,000 US dollar, which is I mean yeah that's really ring home that a lot of people are going to I mean it's a mass produced
35.
electrical car, right? Mass produced electrical car,
Yeah.
and even in the US right now, Tesla is really already lay out the foundation of the infrastructure of electrical charger. That's another thing. That's why right now we can see a market in the US that electrical car become much more lucrative because the infrastructure is there, so people doesn't have to worry whether they should charge their car where and when, right? So
Yeah.
that's what okay when we are talking about electrical car, what is the benefit for us, like right? So for us, like first of all, is a clean energy. I mean, depending on
Mm.
how you charge your car or where you get your electricity, especially your car doesn't really produce any I mean there's no combustion, so there's no waste from your
Yeah,
car.
wait,
Basically you
byproduct
just
of
like how you use your phone, right? You're charging it and then you use it, it's the battery depleted, you're charging it back and then you use it again.
yeah.
So that's
So
that's there's
yep,
no I mean there's no
there's
waste
no
lah. So
waste
basically, yeah, I mean the
except
pollution
for
is
you wasting your time.
so there's no population sorry pollution that going to be made by the car, but depending on how you get your electricity, it depends. If you are electricity from coal, it's still dirty energy, but your car doesn't produce anything. Right? You cannot blame.
Yeah,
I
how
mean, you
about
cannot put the
nuclear?
blame. Yeah. So it depends on
Nuclear
how
is
you look at
clean
it.
energy.
So that,
Nuclear
I
is
mean,
clean.
that's like what again?
Nuclear energy is clean.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Do you want to go into that topic? I mean, I can go
Okay, no,
into
no,
that.
no. We keep for the next
For,
episode. We keep for
yeah,
the next
probably that
episode.
I will keep for a nuclear energy to another episode. But yeah, that's how electric car gonna change the problem, especially in the global warming. Now that we want to reduce our global warming contribution,
Effect.
our carbon footprint, right? So electrical car is one of the approach that we can help solving this. And yeah, that's why when we coming to go back to our topic about Indonesia, right? Because I mean, to be frank, Indonesia, I mean, if you've been to Jakarta, it's really, really hectic. And there's
It
a lot of
is.
vehicle. There's a lot
It
of
is.
pollution. Oh.
Macet mas macet macet ya.
Gojek, 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 Gojek.
Gojek
So,
lain kok. Macet jam. Jam. What is traffic jam in
okay,
there? Macet, right?
jam. Is it macet? I'm not sure. Probably if you are Indonesian, comment down here so we know whether we are doing it right. Just to be fair, yeah, yeah, our Indonesian is not that good, but yeah,
Macet.
macet, right?
Kemacetan
Yeah,
lalu lintas.
lalu lintas. Are you sure that they are using lalu lintas?
Yeah, I baru
Yeah,
Google Translate,
oh,
bro.
okay. Yeah, so that's the thing that what Indonesian can look into forward as well, like how they can reduce their
Yeah.
carbon footprint is by pushing forward the electrical charger infrastructure in their country, and so that they can become a lucrative market for electrical cars. So, considering that they have 20 million people, that's a huge market. There's a huge market
Yeah.
for a company to even start to develop their own,
Cool.
even for Indonesian to develop their own electric car, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, to be fair, I mean Malaysia we can manufacture our own car, right? We can manufacture our own car. We have our own car company that actually the homegrown car company like Proton and Produa. But in Indonesia they not have yet. So probably I'm not sure. Maybe there's some Indonesian out there already working on electrical car, homegrown Indonesian electrical car. Then we could see another potential industry popping out in Indonesia as well. I think
Yeah.
that's probably homegrown. Probably will be really interesting to see because Malaysia already have their carbon infrastructure, but right now even Proton is still. I would say Proton and Proton is still not yet there in terms of like electrification. So
Yeah.
that's another
That's
thing.
right.
That's in Malaysia, but when we talk about Indonesia, they have this blank sheet to work on basically. So they have blank sheet to work on. So hopefully we can see some new homegrown car manufacturer in Indonesia, or even I don't know, maybe Proton, if they're interested, they can expand to Indonesia to manufacture homegrown Indonesian cars.
Oh,
So
they have.
that's another opportunity that Malaysia can take advantage of this situation because we already have the
Yeah.
expertise on the car manufacturing. Now we just need to
That's right.
electrify it and expand it to the market that much more larger, which is our friendly neighbor, Indonesia.
Yeah, that's right. Plus, I mean, the reason why Joko Widodo offered
Mm,
Elon Musk for Tesla, the West Papua, is because of
mm.
the vast resources of nickel and copper. So meaning that Tesla's cars is gonna be cheaper.
Correct.
Yes. Yes. It's gonna be
All right, that's
cheaper.
interesting.
Yeah. So it has to be
Right.
cheaper, right?
I mean, technically it should be cheaper. I mean, if you look,
Mm-hmm.
if you're not mistaken, if you look at China, I mean, I'm not sure whether I would say it's cheaper, but because in China they have the rebate by the government, rebate or
Yeah.
rebate by the government for electrical car for purchasing electrical. I mean, there's as for now, there's a lot of a government initiative if in around the world that if you buy electrical car, you're gonna get a rebate, right? So
Do we have that?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Probably we have to look into it. But like you say, if being manufactured locally, it could be much more cheaper, right? So
Should
let's say
be.
if the bed it is like nickel, right? If really like Tesla can source the nickel from Indonesia, then probably they're gonna build gigafactory And in Indonesia, then the battery gonna be more cheaper, and then much cheaper car that we can get, right? So that's interesting. That's interesting to see
Yeah.
how the future gonna fall. I'm not really sure whether this is gonna what gonna happen in the future, but ideally this
I
is
hope it's gonna happen.
yeah. I also really hope that it's gonna happen so that yeah, then we can get a cheaper Tesla here. I mean, in terms of relatively compared to US, it should be relatively cheaper in Malaysia. Oh no,
Yeah,
sorry, in Indonesia or in ASEAN country.
should be. So
But
does
then the
this mean like,
bottleneck would be
okay,
the infrastructure.
yep, yeah, that's one. When we're talking about infrastructures, right? We're talking about Petronas. We're talking about Shell. These guys have been playing in Malaysia for so long and in
All right.
globally. And when Elon Musk is coming over, do you
Hmm.
think do you think there's gonna be a little bit of tension between our government
It could be.
with
It could be.
this Tesla?
It
I
could
mean,
be.
not,
It could be.
sorry, it's not our government, but our government friends.
Mm.
Petronas.
Yep. 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 I mean, if you look, I'm not really sure how we can dissect this, but in the end of the day, I think either they like it or not, they need to evolve. I mean, what I mean, like our Petronas especially, uh, in the end of the day, they need to evolve to adapt where the future might be. And if you ask me whether the future is electrification, and I don't think they're going to like. I mean, there will be a conflict, but the conflict will be in the end of the day, we're going to be resolved because when we are talking about how okay in the end of the day they still I mean we still need electricity, and how we can
Yeah,
generate this is there's a lot of way. So either is from uh, renewable or non-renewable energy, right? So
yeah,
as our current positioning that our infrastructure in terms of energy generation, we still rely on a lot of like coal and even oil as well, right? So
and
that's
water, hydroelectrics.
yeah, hydroelectrics, but I think still that's a still small portion. I think less than 10 to 15% of our all total Malaysian, even for Malaysian electricity generation. So we still a lot of depend on
Mhm.
these non-renewable sources. So we need to really like I mean either Petronas evolve into something like focusing on energy generation that much more on
Yeah,
the renewable energy like solar, wind, nuclear, for example. So we can look
wave.
into that. I mean, that's how we can they evolve. But if they persist, I think end of the day, we look at history of human. If you refuse to change, you're gonna die out. I
We're
mean,
gonna be like,
if I were to give example, just look at Nokia, right? That's I think
or
for those that
Kodak.
are born before 2000 or even before 2005, probably understand what I'm saying when I mentioned about Nokia. So Nokia back then is the biggest
The number one.
number one phone manufacturer in the world, right? Basically, everyone has Nokia.
Oh yeah,
Like really, like if you even in Malaysia, like if you see people, 9 out of 10 people using Nokia, the rest Motorola or
that's
something
right.
like that, right? So that's how big they are. But they are refusing to evolve when iPhone come out. When
That's
Apple
right.
push out iPhone with
Touch
touchscreen
screens.
and App Store, they refuse to acknowledge that. And when the
Bye
moment that
bye.
they realize they are wrong, that the future gonna be a touchscreen like iPhone, they're already too late. iPhone, Android are already taking up the market, and slowly
Yeah.
Nokia is like from the biggest to like I
To
think in less than 10 years that they from become from the biggest to like literally no in the market, literally zero in the market.
yeah.
So if Petronas want to stay relevant, either they have to evolve or probably in 10 years they're going to be gone, which is a
Yeah.
shame for us for if they were to gone. But yeah, that's how I would say lah. Either they evolve or they die.
That's right. I mean, like kids, do you know Nokia now? Have
Mm.
any of you heard of the word Nokia? I don't think so. I mean,
If
kids
you
nowadays.
if you know Nokia, I mean, if you heard about Nokia or you grow up with Nokia, comment below so you know. I mean, where what
It's
is your
not.
age? I mean, we
It's
can
not.
determine your age by whether you know Nokia or not.
It's not a legend. It's real. So yeah,
Right.
that's right. So now like Tesla is coming over, and nickel and copper battery. So talking about batteries technology, electrification is a new feature, and
Mm,
then the what sort of impact it has to our economy,
correct.
you know. But now that we're talking about this, do we like? I want to talk. I want to touch on the nickel and copper part. Like we
Mm,
still have to do mining, right?
correct.
And as far as I'm concerned, mining involves changing the landscape of the earth, which is always not good,
Yeah.
leads to something, pollution or something. So it's kind of like contradicting, you know?
Yeah.
Like we want to have clean energy, we got to do the dirty work first.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like because I saw an article saying that
Mm,
the population in Papua
mm,
is protesting, and they're saying that with SpaceX and Tesla coming over to their place, they're gonna be driven out from their home.
mm,
They're gonna be losing their food sources, which is the forests, the animals, the fishes, because of this. Still, this is also a form of industrialization,
mm,
and industrialization is always, you know, it's hard for us to really control like
mm.
the pollution or the effect to the nature lah, right? So what do you think? How the, like will will there be resistance from and the environmentalists,
Mm.
from people who are protecting the environment?
I think that's certainly uh I would say issue that is going to
Concern.
always popping up in terms of when we're discussing about this, right? So if you ask me, there's it's hard to say which one is right because in the end of the day, it's kind of like how do you say, if we don't do it, don't I mean if we don't mine it, we won't be able to manufacturing the battery, for
Yeah,
example. So we're gonna be stagnant, right? But at the same time, when we mine, we might cause pollution or introduce problem into the region as well. So, so if you ask me here, is basically just we need to look at and how the balancing the risk here. So
mm-hmm.
the only option is basically just to mining with mining with mine, right? No? Mining with mine. What I mean mining
Yeah,
with
yeah,
mine is
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. So really like I mean they have to be careful in terms of conducting the mining and really
Mm-hmm.
see how the mining gonna affect the environment, right? As well, and the fauna and flora in the region as well, which is something that we should preserve, right? And but at the
Yeah,
same time, also to help us to get the resource that we need, the raw material, right? So yeah, in the end of the day, I think always there's always have resistance when things want to change. That's we can
that's
avoid.
right.
Either it's about environment, either it's about ideology differences. There's always be a resistance for us to move into to change. There's always a resistance for changes. So if you ask me, you just need to look at it positively and how things gonna really happen in the future is it depend on how Tesla I mean Elon Musk and Indonesian government gonna take it. So how they gonna tackle in terms of environmental issue and also tackle on the how to mine the raw resources. So yeah, I mean if you ask me that's a very very difficult question, and I would say that's a problem for our world leader to figure this out.
Guys, sorry guys, we are not yet world leaders, so we cannot answer that question.
Not yet. What do you mean by not yet?
We're gonna be, right? We have to be. Come on lah. Right?
All right.
We have to be.
I
We are the
think that's it.
younger, yeah,
Yeah.
we are the young generation, the future.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that we have talked a lot today, and we touched a lot of things. I mean, beyond the
Yeah, we do.
actual topic. That I think it is really interesting. So for those who are listening to this, I hope you're enjoying the podcast that me and Leeroy are doing today. And actually, both of us also enjoying the topic, and it's some topic that actually close to our heart, so to say, right? Close to our heart.
Yes.
Because something that, yeah, probably we have forgot to mention that for those who are new, I mean, just listen to our, they're new to our video. My background is actually in mechanical engineering, and Leeroy is aeronautic engineering or ballistic.
Yeah. Aeronautic.
Aeronautic
Aerospace.
engineering. Aerospace engineering. So we pretty much understand the technicality of when we're talking about the space and about the electrical electrification and energy and everything. And I think we can have a special episode just to discuss on that technicality.
Yes, we should.
That's, yeah, we should have. I mean, just now mentioned about
this.
nuclear energy, and that's gonna be a really interesting topic for me as well. I'm really intrigued by that, and yeah, and thank you for listening. And any last word from Leeroy?
Yeah, guys. So sit back, sit tight, just wait for SpaceX to come over. It's probably gonna take, it's probably gonna take another 10 years, because of course they're gonna start building and stuff,
right.
Planning and stuff, right? And just wait for Tesla. It's gonna be cheaper in the future for us. So probably we're gonna be 35 and have our Teslas everywhere. That's what I'm hoping to look forward to. So yeah.
All right.
So no more.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah. All right.
See you guys in the next episode. What the topic for the next episode, we have not yet to decide, but yeah, look forward for that, and we hope to see you guys there as well.
Again. All
right.
Right.
So bye-bye.
So don't forget to.
Sorry.
Don't forget to comment, subscribe, like.
If you like it, like it.
Reach out to us.
Yeah.
Yes, reach out to us if you guys have any questions. We are always very, 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 very happy and open to help you guys out.
Yeah.
So yeah. That's it. Ciao, chin, ciao.